Alright guys, as we finally got the full 3.0 drip marketing last week, let's do a full breakdown on everything we know about both LYNAE and MORNYE, the two 5-star characters set to come out for the next version update. I'm gonna be going over their drip marketing info, their confirmed elements and weapons, what are the expected roles of these characters, and also some interesting kit elements that were found that tells us a bit more on their gameplay. Also, if you guys do enjoy the breakdown and want to be kept updated, like the video, subscribe and put those notifications on, as I typically do weekly updates on this channel, so stay tuned for more WoW news. But alright, let's not waste any time and get right into it with the 3.0 character breakdown. So right now, the main speculation for both of these characters is that mostly LYNAE is a pistol spectral DPS character, while MORNYE on the other hand is more of a Broadblade fusion sub DPS role, with info saying she actually provides a whopping 50% liberation damage bonus to all allies. Another thing that came out is that both of these characters will work around the brand new mechanic being introduced in version 3.0, the Toon Break mechanic, so that should be pretty interesting. But now let's do a proper breakdown on both characters, starting with MORNYE and her drip marketing info. So first, who is MORNYE in the first place? The drip gave us some pretty great lore on the character. She's introduced as a professor at the Star Torch Academy, which is located in the upcoming 3.0 region, Lahai Roi. She's also a scholar at the Space Trek Collective Research Institute, though apparently she isn't great with words. The character is described as quiet and not very talkative, but despite that, she has a strong determination and a goal to surpass the limits of time and space, wanting to witness the world in all its beauty. This fits perfectly with the more sci-fi futuristic theme of the 3.0 region is going for, and honestly, the whole vibe seems like it's setting up for the upcoming Cyberpunk collab coming out early next year. Alright, now let's go over the info most of you are here for, her element, weapon, role, and early kit info. At the basics, MORNYE is expected to be a 5-star fusion character who uses a Broadblade weapon. But more important part is definitely her role. Recent info suggests MORNYE is going to be a supportive sub DPS, meaning a second slot support instead of a pure third slot buffer, so her kit is designed to assist a main DPS unit while also dealing good damage herself. Alright, so we just went over her basics. Now let's talk more about parts of her kit that we know of so far. At low resonance chain, she's expected to function mainly as a support, and her abilities are tied to one of the new mechanics being added in the 3.0 update. She's also set to have 2 combat forms, one of which involves a exoskeleton suit, possibly linked to the structure she's sitting on in her artwork. But the biggest detail is that her kit interacts with the new stagger and boss part break system. Let's say you stagger a boss or break apart on a boss, MORNYE is expected to provide additional team buff, such as increasing damage or boosting the stats of your whole team. Although exact multipliers remain unknown, it could be crit rate, crit damage, attack, or maybe something more specific like elemental damage boost. We'll have to see, but this part of her kit is definitely interesting. Now, where do we think MORNYE fits in team comps? Since she's a fusion Broadblade sub DPS, she may pair really well with other fusion units, boosting characters like Galbrina, Changli, Lupa, and more depending on her buff types. But more importantly, she might end up being the best slot partner for one of the other characters in the remaining 3.0 lineup, supporting whichever pure main DPS drops in 3.1. And if you guys are in need of lunites for the exciting incoming characters, check out this top-up website called Loot Bar. Loot Bar provides 23% off compared to the official in-game purchases. And here's how I got 6,480 lunites for $75 instead of the in-game price of nearly $100. You go to the top-up section, proceed to checkout from the wide variety of payment options, and then provide the account info. Within 3 minutes, the purchase will be completed. The double top-ups are also included, and you can even become a VIP member to obtain various discount coupons. They even have excellent ratings on the Trustpilot website. New users get a 12% off discount coupon, and spending at least $80 within the first 30 days, they can redeem a free monthly pass. They also have a special event for the 2.7 banners, 5% off for new users, and 3% off for existing existing users. They also have a Black Friday event where you can go see what level of discount you'll receive. Check out the link in the description and pinned comment down below to save with loot bar. LYNAE is now one of the most hyped up incoming characters in the game. Let's start off with who is LYNAE in the first place. With what we could gather from her drip marketing, she is introduced as a student at the Star Torch Academy, an academy located in the new LYNAE region. This is where we're going to for the 3.0 version update. They described her as being a free-spirited character with passion in her soul. She drives fast and paints boldly. We know she has a motorcycle in her drip marketing, which looks pretty sick. And a bit more on what the character is all about. Her dearest wish is for her trouble-free campus life to last forever. For what else the drip marketing gave on this character is that she's a graffiti artist with spray paint cans, and we can definitely expect these to tie into her official gameplay. This also sets her apart from most of the other characters with a very unique design, and of course that motorcycle in the back really stands out. Alright, so this gives us confirmation that LYNAE isn't just starting the patch, she's pretty much setting the tone for the entire update. So let's break down what we know about her regarding her element and weapon. She's expected to be a spectral character using the pistol weapon. This would make this character the first ever spectral pistol 5-star character. As for her role, she's rumored to be some of a dual role hybrid, meaning both damage and support, but from what I heard, her main kit is going to be on a supportive role. But this alone has many players excited because pistol users in Wuthering Waves usually has very fast, stylish combat animations. We saw that with Galbrina and Carlota, both amazing characters and both amazing main DPS characters, so hopefully LYNAE can follow that trend. From the looks of it, it seems that LYNAE is taking that style to the next level, because we saw her drip marketing heavily hints at her using spray cans and even her motorcycle into combat. Instead of the traditional gunplay, she might be weaving in graffiti theme effects, paint explosions, and maybe even bike-based skills or mobility. And speaking of mobility, there's also speculation that the motorcycle could become a overworld movement tool, potentially power creeping every movement tech we currently have, but we'll have to wait and see until that's officially confirmed. Alright, now for the gameplay direction of this character. At low resonances, she's expected to function mainly as a support, but will still be able to deal solid damage, so she has the main DPS potential. However, they might follow the recent trend we've been having, like what happened to Chissa. You'll likely need several resonance chain unlocked if you want her to reach full main DPS potential and do damage on the, let's say, level of Cartefia. Her signature weapon is described as 2 spray paint cans, boosting attack and overall damage. One thing being talked about a lot right now is her potential synergy with Chissa. As we know, Chissa still lacks a true best in slot partner. Her kit doesn't give crazy value to existing teams, so if LYNAE brings debuffs or negative statuses into the game, that could immediately boost Chissa's value, but that is only if LYNAE is actually a really solid main DPS. But since she's both support and DPS, we'll see if she can fulfill properly the main DPS role, as Chissa is indeed the pure support role, so we'll have to see. But yeah guys, that is the full breakdown on everything we know on both MORNYE and LYNAE. One thing to keep in mind is only the element and weapons are officially confirmed, and the rest, especially the info like the kit crumbs, are subject to change. I want to know from you guys, are you guys pulling for LYNAE and MORNYE? Which character from the two are you most excited for? For me, design wise is definitely MORNYE. I'm always a big fan of white hair characters, so that's already a win for me. But maybe LYNAE, depending on your gameplay, I'm gonna pull her as well. Let me know your plans down below, but this will conclude all the info for today's video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.